Wow, you really that's in a week?
What?
You grew that in a week?
My hair?
Your
Beard?
your beard.
Oh, did I not have this last time? Is this
No,
new?
you were like a fresh-faced boy, and now in a
Oh.
week you've aged into a bearded man.
That's when you're Indian, that's how it works. It grows.
Well, I'm decidedly not then, I
Hair
guess,
hair
'cause it
hair
does
comes
not.
back? Does yours grows?
I mean, it
The choppy?
nothing grows like right here,
Oh,
like at
damn.
all. What does grow here is like
We're all fighting
difficult.
our different
We all have
battles.
our battles. We all... No, my brother can grow a beard in like 15 minutes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
ridiculous.
All right,
But
because I was gonna make a generalization about the race. So
let's not. Let's try to steer clear from that if we can.
all right.
Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions. Wycheck. The 3-2 for the winner. That's caught by Des Bryant.
I got a lot of comments about the Rapture last week, and now I'm more educated on the Rapture.
What kind of
So-
comments?
Just like my friends were surprised, people were surprised that I didn't know what the Rapture was. I thought it was the Raptors.
I guess we didn't make
Me
it.
and National Geographic.
That was very funny. That was very very funny. Yeah, I guess we didn't. We either it.
We didn't make
I
it.
guess either
We
no
weren't
one
chosen?
made it. We weren't chosen.
No, somebody had to have made it.
Someone. Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah,
I
it's like
guess-
the lottery. Like they announce it on the news or something.
No winners. So the next one will be bigger.
No, they probably have like a big check, just says heaven on it. They made
I
it.
hope I hope we can start and keep this going, and every episode will be about
Oh, little Rapture talk at the beginning of every
Rapture
episode.
corner.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were going to talk about your marathon this weekend. Your
You keep calling it a
72-hour
marathon. It makes
It's
it
a
sound like I
marathon.
ran. I didn't run anywhere.
You sat.
Yeah, it's actually the opposite. It's more of a sprint.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, right? Because like
Well-
you're making a so I
If you're
participated-
walking, it's like a sprint.
well I, okay. Let me
72
make
hours is
my
a long
case.
time. Okay,
let me
go.
make my case for it being a sprint and not a marathon. So we
Oh, it's a sprint, yeah.
My wife and I and my friend Conrad, we participated in the 72 Film Fest in Frederick, Maryland this year. You make a film in 72 hours. So Thursday night we got a prompt, and then we had to turn in the film by Sunday night. And I would argue that is sprint because
It's a sprint. For
movies
film.
typically
Yeah.
take a long time, right?
Years?
I mean, if you're making
Some of
like a
us
feature
work on
length-
them for
If you're making a
like
short
8
film.
years.
Well, yeah. Who among us? Who among us?
Who would do
But like a short
something
film,
that?
like I mean, our film was almost 7 minutes long.
That's pretty good.
That can take people. I mean, usually if you're like taking your time with it, you take like a week or so total to shoot it, and then like I don't know, there's more time into it than 72
People will
hours.
People work on a short film for many months. Yeah, like maybe a year or something. Yeah.
So yeah, we had to write. We wrote, shot, edited all of it in 3 days, which was fun. We do it every year. This is my favorite part of it. Is like the
Doing
days
it?
after it's done and hasn't screened yet. And it's just that's like this is the part where I'm like happiest, I think. So I didn't watch any. Well, that's not true. I watched a little bit of football. I got to watch. I finished in time to watch the Packers Cowboys Sunday night.
You watched
which
the
I
draw.
thought was going to be a stomping, and wasn't.
You didn't think it was going to be a draw that even?
Yeah. No, I actually did think it was going to be a tie, as everyone did. It's crazy. The Cowboys have had 2 games this year where they've gone into overtime tied 37-37, which is nuts.
Yeah,
like that's
we
great.
were saying they should be 0-2-2, and that would be such an aesthetic record. I would love that.
2-2. I mean, that's some
Yeah.
sicko stuff. I would love it. I would love it. Instead, they're 1-2.
I will say sometimes you watch a game and you're like, well, this team is actually better than this other team, and it ends up in a tie. Those teams looked really even on Sunday. I mean, it looked like a tie.
Yeah. Well, I had the
right?
thought, I was like, what if both these teams are bad? And you know, like I think everyone was like, wow, the Cowboys are better than I thought. But it's like, well, maybe the Packers aren't as good as you thought. Like, maybe both
I
teams
I
are
think the
bad.
Packers sort of just are variable. They a
Well, I
little
mean,
bit
and that all
remind
starts with
me,
Jordan
yeah,
Love, right? Jordan Love,
yeah, right.
Jordan
That's
Love at
what it is.
times
Yeah,
looks like Aaron Rodgers, and then at times he
right.
looks like bad Carson Wentz. Like
Yeah, he
he makes
does look
some
like Carson Wentz
play. He just try,
sometimes.
yeah, like
Carson Wentz
the
looked like Carson Wentz.
for 3 quarters, yeah, and then he kind of turned it on a little bit, but yeah. So
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch a ton of football. So we're not going to go through every game today. If
Oh,
that's what you came for, get out of here because you are
oh,
off for today.
we're here to
No, I'm
give
just kidding. You don't
people
want to do that. It's gonna be
something.
fun.
We're here to give people something. What are you drinking? Chocolate
It's
milk?
cold. It's cold brew.
Oh,
Um, and then it has like some like oat milk something in it.
nice. Okay,
Yeah, it's in a mason jar because
nice.
I guess I live on a farm now. We like you growing up. We always like mason jars were like our main cups, which seems like a bad idea with children around. Just too much glass.
I think it's
So
good.
today, instead of going through the games, we're going to talk about mason jars and kind of
Sweet.
different cups and stuff that you can drink out of
Yeah.
at home. So that's going to be no. Here's the plan. Here's the plan. I have a Lululemon bag here. See, we're
Oh
not
my God.
sponsored by Lululemon, but
No, we're not.
if a representative of Lululemon wants to
What do we want
provide
from
some of their
Lululemon?
great money, and
Mm.
inside this Lululemon bag, I
Can I
have
tell you a
32.
Lululemon story?
Well, let me finish the explanation of
Okay.
what we're going to do, and then you can talk about Lululemon all you want. Inside, I have 32 mini helmets, and
Oh, I love those.
we're gonna pull one out, and we are gonna give each team a first quarter report card grade A through F of how their first quarter of their season has gone. And technically, I have to point this out because I'm too pedantic not to.
Right.
The first quarter of the season's not done for any team. It won't be done until they've played 4 games in one quarter. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would bother me if I was a listener and
It would bother
we're
me.
pretending that wasn't
Yeah.
the truth. So I'm gonna lay
Yeah.
it out there right
That's
at the
right.
top.
That
Lululemon
is right.
story. Let me hear it.
Oh, well, yeah, I once went to a yoga fundraiser and like you, I just wanted to go to the fundraiser and attend the class. It was like for
Yeah.
Alzheimer's. I was like, okay, great. And for some reason, when you do this thing, they put your name in a raffle. And
Ooh.
I told them it's okay. I don't need my name in the raffle
Right.
because, like
Right.
you, who the heck wants to get called up for winning a raffle?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I didn't make a big thing of it because I just assumed the lady had listened to what I said, and she didn't. And I was like, what are the chances I'm going to win it? And lo and behold, pulled my name out and called my name, and I really didn't want to go up, and I didn't go up. Then they called my name again. So I went up and accepted this prize. And the prize was a bunch of stuff from Lululemon. Now, I
Wow.
will say that
That's
this
not cheap
was
stuff.
not cheap stuff, but let me just tell you the stuff that they had in this bag. They had um a little water bottle, I think, solid. They had a headband,
Okay.
not that I need, and knee pads and something else that I would never use. Why do I need knee pads? I don't
The
know.
knee
But
pads are a bit of an
I
outlier.
think I was not the demographic for this raffle
Probably not. Do people wear
winning.
knee pads in yoga? Sometimes I could see how that might be useful.
I think if you're older, which I
Yeah.
think they intended for this raffle to go to an older person, it was a fundraiser for Alzheimer's. And I think they definitely did not. I was not the demographic.
Okay.
Also, I think they just like donated whatever they had extra, and they probably have a ton of knee pads.
By that logic, though, like, are prizes at fundraisers for things what you're raising the funds for typically? Like, if you're raising funds for,
I don't think we
kids,
should get into this conversation because I'm probably going to say some things.
That's funny. I've never
Yeah.
won a raffle. I never win any of those things. The only like game of chance or whatever like that I've ever won. I won a cakewalk once when I was like 7, which are famously
thing.
easy to win.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the saying.
Yeah, so
It's a cakewalk.
It was pretty easy. Yeah, I want a cake.
I will. Along those lines, we have a cherry tree, and I picked cherries this past spring, and cherry picking. It's easy. I understand the saying.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a very. I just
Montmorency cherries.
I never thought about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I always thought cherry trees
Mm-hmm.
were different than the like the fruit bearing cherry thing.
Both.
Because we have the cherry blossoms here, but they don't have cherries. But are they both trees? I was assuming cherries were like on
I
a
think the
vine,
cherry trees that you get like the wood
a
from.
bush.
I don't know this, but I can ask a friend. But I think the cherry trees that you get the wood from, that they make like hardwood, are like bigger trees. And then
okay.
we have a actual cherry tree that
So
does cherries.
What are like the Japanese like cherry blossoms that we have like all over the place in the DC area? Are those just like, do they just make nice flowers for 4 days
Well,
and that's it?
This is a good question because our cherry tree does also blossom in the
Uh-huh.
springtime and it's beautiful. And then we also get cherries.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I don't know.
maybe you know what?
Mystery.
Maybe they do have cherries and I've just never looked. I don't think they do.
I can
really don't think
definitely
they do.
get to the bottom of this. And
We will
report
get to
back.
the bottom of this and we will have answers.
Well,
Assuming
yeah, I'm sure people
they're out
came
there.
here for their like horticultural fix. And
I don't know why people came here,
agricultural
to be totally
fix.
honest. Probably for the Lululemon bag. All right.
And the cat.
Could you hear it?
Yeah.
I don't even. She's not even in this room.
No, she's got a. She sounded like she's opening a door.
I hope not. It's like the raptors in Jurassic
She's getting
Park.
a snack.
All right.
Can I talk about grading? I think
Yeah.
we need to preface grading because I was just thinking like how I'll do it, and like, okay, Derek has kids. I don't have any kids. If I had kids, I think they would go to like a hipster, like school.
Yeah, where they give out like alligators and math.
Yeah, like where like they take you like outdoors and you have to like forage for a little while every day. Like the one, you know
useful.
what I mean?
Yeah,
those like that kind of a school. I think my kid, so what I'm trying to say is, I think my grading is going to be a little unique. And also, when I was a kid, they would give 2 grades. They would give the achievement grade and then the effort grade. So I think I'm going to do a little 2 grades for some of this.
One of those schools.
That was just a regular school. I will say, you know what?
Effort
Can I tell
grade.
one more school story? Because I was telling one of my friends listened to the pod, and they were disappointing. I didn't know about the rapture, and then I did have to tell them that I went to Christian preschool. Latham. It's called Latham Christian Academy,
and they didn't lay the rapture on you in preschool.
I used to call it Latham Christian Academy, or at least I don't know. I think that's what I was told to call it, but it was Latham Christian Academy. And I went there for preschool, and literally first of all, they didn't pick you up, so I was always late.
Oh, like they didn't bus you there?
They didn't bus you there, so I had to get dropped.
Yeah, you could be late.
I was late to school. I was late all the time. I remember that. And then I remember one day not getting a snack. Like you'd have to put your head down on this table and keep your thumb up. And then when the teacher would go get like the cart with it would have milk and vanilla wafers on it. And they would go get the cart and they would come back and pour everybody milk and then give you cookies and then like sort of like put your finger down. Then you could like get up and have your snack. And there was always one kid in the front of the room that would like watch the rest of the class and make sure no one lifted their head for some reason. I don't know why they did this. Who knows why they did this? But the point of the story is I remember not getting a snack one day because somebody said I lifted my head. And I do not remember lifting my head. Why would I, first of all, chubby kid, love food. Vanilla wafers and milk? I'm not lifting my head. You couldn't make me lift my head. I'm
You would still have your
locked.
head down.
I'm locked in for those vanilla wafers. It was 2 vanilla wafers and a little plastic Dixie cup of milk. And
Vanilla wafers are good.
they're
That's
good.
a weird story.
So, but I
I feel like we're
remember
blowing the
that.
whistle on
Yeah,
Latham Christian Academy or
we
Latham
are. Get 'em.
Preschool Christian. Yeah, this.
It's
I think
my
this
only
needs
memory is the
deeper
day I didn't
dig.
get a snack.
Yeah, yeah.
That tells you a lot about my
We had
priorities.
earlier in the week. I had an episode with Sam Fortier from the Washington Post. Maybe I'll get
Yeah.
like their equivalent of Bernstein and Woodward and Bernstein on this, and they can just blow this thing wide open. That's a Pulitzer. That's a Pulitzer waiting to be won.
Pulitzer waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So thank you for that preamble on your grades. Mine are going to be totally vibes based. I'm not really, that's kind of how I go. So you ask me again in an hour, it might be totally different. All right.
Yeah. Fair.
Let's see here who the first team is going to be. Is this good? Is this good auditory experience?
Oh, I love it.
All right. We got.
Are you rolling a cart? What are you doing?
No, it's the Lululemon bag. I told you. Look.
Oh, look
I'll
at
set
those
it here.
helmets. Make a nice. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's
love
just
it.
my hand.
This is
My
just
hand.
like the raffle. Wow, this is coming full circle.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Got the Raiders first. I am very disappointed in the Los
You
Angeles
picked them for the playoffs.
Raiders of Oakland. 1-3 start. Geno Smith has looked bad. Who did they beat? They beat the Patriots week 1 and haven't won since.
Yeah, they lost.
I don't know. They're going to be low
They
for
lost
me.
to Chicago. Yeah, they lost to Chicago.
Yeah. They got blown out by Marcus Mariota and the Commanders.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm going
Chargers, Commanders. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the first. We're doing collective grade, so we got to agree on this. I'm gonna throw them in D and see what you think about that. We can adjust later too.
Yeah, I was gonna give them a C achievement, D for effort.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna do that hippie stuff. So this is all
saying
results.
the hippie stuff, but
this is
in
all
the true spirit
for
of hippiness,
effort.
I'm
Wait,
cool with whatever you put in.
What does effort even mean in this context?
They got blown out by the Commanders.
But you're giving them a higher effort grade.
No, I'm giving them a lower effort grade.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving them a
misheard you.
C in achievement and a D in effort. Because
I misheard you.
also, it's like grades are based on expectation.
Well, that is true.
You would be more disappointed in them than I am because I didn't pick them to make the playoffs. But
True.
I do expect a Pete Carroll team to come out with a certain level of consistency, and I don't know. They just looked horrible against the Commanders, and then to follow it up. I mean, even with Tom Brady's help, they couldn't beat the Bears.
I know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. I was
Dock
so
them
mad
an
about
extra
that,
point.
and I just forgot about that because it didn't really matter, and I didn't watch football this weekend. So, all right. So you're good with D.
I'm good with
You're
it.
good with
I'm
D
good
for
with
right
it.
now. Okay,
Let's do
all
it.
right, let's see who's next. We got the Chicago Bears. Look at that.
Oh, perfect.
How? What are the odds? What are the odds?
And-
Bears.
Yep.
All right. So the Bears, they are they on a 2-game winning streak? Yeah, they've won 2 in a row.
Yeah,
They
and
beat
they
the Cowboys.
looked good in the Cowboys game.
And they
Yeah.
played 3 really good quarters against the Vikings and then just I wouldn't say really good. That's overselling it. But they played 3 quarters against the Vikings and then just kind of fell apart. I'm willing to go.
They are 4th in their
like,
division. They're 2-2. They're tied with the Vikings.
That is an interesting thing about the NFC right now is there are 2 divisions where all 4 teams are 500 or better. The NFC West, every team is also 500 or better.
You want to go? You want me to go?
I went first with the Raiders. You go first with the Bears.
Okay. I was very disappointed in them early, and they've been on a little uptick.
Mhm.
And so I think I'll just go, I'm sort of in a middle, and I'll just go with the way it's trending a little bit, and I will give them a B- in achievement. You got to wait for the second half of my grading system. And I will also give them a B in effort. It's a little higher in effort because
Okay, I don't
I
get
want
this
to see the
effort grade.
culture. I want to see the culture, and they showed me a little something for bouncing back from the bad
Yeah.
first 2 games.
And that's another. I mean, that's I'm willing to like also forgive the first 2 games, given they have a whole new like coaching staff and
Yeah.
and they're a pretty young team and all that stuff.
See,
I was gonna say B minus is good.
wasn't
Good.
that a reasonable take by me?
Sure, yeah. I just
I'm not
don't really.
hating on Caleb.
I still don't really get the effort grade. Just lump it in. Just average them together. Just,
No, they're separate.
It's all part
They're
of the
separate
thing.
because you're
Man,
going to
they
see
really got
later.
you. They really
There's
got
some
to you in that
teams.
school, didn't they?
Yeah,
They really got to you. All right.
I had that grading all the way through elementary school. That was my regular public Forts Ferry Elementary School grading.
Shout out Forts Ferry Elementary School. Yeah. The Lions, the Tennessee Titans.
Oh man.
So
okay,
I didn't expect
that
much.
You go first on this.
I didn't expect much from the Tennessee Titans, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I
you haven't gotten much.
They would be better this year than last year.
Yeah.
I think Cam Ward is pretty good. This team, though, has somehow fallen short of my non-existent expectations. And they are a very solid F for me.
Oh, really?
They came out and looked pretty good against the Broncos and then have just looked worse each week since. And they are just very clearly an F. I don't think if I'm giving them an effort score, it's lower than an F. It's just that team is bad right now.
You know, I completely agree with you, but I disagree on the grade because I don't think it's fair to give like the dumb kid in class. You can't give him an F. Like it's not his fault.
You just called him the dumb kid. Like
they are.
That's worse than giving him an F.
Yeah, but with empathy, and you realize that this is as good as they can do. So
I just need a little extra help.
They need to stay after school. They need a tutor. They need
a different teacher if we're really taking this
I will say
metaphor to the fullest.
I'm going to give them a C because I also don't feel like they have rich parents either. And so if you had rich parents, you get a tutor. It's like, you know, like academics can be like very very money based. So this was like a Los Angeles team or a New York team going 0-4. Oh, definite F. But this is Tennessee. Good old Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, but Nashville gets so much money from bachelorette parties.
You know the school systems down there?
Yeah, but you're really mixing the metaphor with the reality here. All right, you say C, I say F. We'll average it out to a D. How's that?
Yeah, and I would give them a little C minus in effort if we're categorizing the effort.
I'm gonna do a Control F and find the word effort and just hit delete because that will.
I'm not disappointed in Tennessee. They're doing their best. They're trying.
We got the Jets, the New York Football Jets.
Ooh.
Lost last night on Monday Night Football. You know what's weird? The Jets are 0-4. I thought for sure they had won at least one game. Like, I really like I thought like they've been in games. I thought like they almost beat. They had that shootout with the Steelers that they lost. They had the game where they like got the blocked field goal against the Buccaneers, and then they I guess lost. So you go with the Jets. Where do you?
It's so hard because when you have a team, it's like they are trying. And you saw like in the beginning of the game yesterday, let's say Edwards or Braylon Allen doesn't fumble it going into the end zone. Like
were you about to call him Braylon Edwards? That's
I was going to call him Braylon Edwards. I like imagine he doesn't fumble it going in.
Yeah.
I think it's a different game. Like, I think so many of these teams that are like bad and then don't have quarterback play, like you just lose hope. Like I had to turn the game off. So then I missed Tyreek's injury. It's like I turned it off because like I had no hope that the Jets could do it. And so I can't imagine like playing in that game, just knowing like you're fighting, but knowing, oh, we got no chance. So like
they made it close in the end, but it wasn't as close as the scoreboard indicated at the end. I don't feel like.
Yeah. So a few plays here or there, and I think it's different. So I want to give the Jets, a
What do you want to give them?
I want to give them a C minus and a C for effort.
It's triggering me every time you say that.
Because
C minus, I'm right there with you.
They're trying better than what they are. You know,
you pretty much summed up exactly how I feel. And then another team with a new coach trying to rebuild a culture where this team has been a disaster for decades. So I'm with you. C minus is solid.
And they lost to Tampa, but that felt like a win.
Yeah.
Right.
Same with the Steelers game. Like that also, like they were right there.
That was also surprisingly good.
And even last night, like you said,
you're
if
pushing
Braylon,
me up. It could be a C. I don't know.
If Braylon Allen doesn't fumble that ball last night, like it's a different game. Yeah, I'd say we do a C.
Something.
I say we give it to him. We can come back on it.
We gave them a little. They got a little curve grading.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Who we got here? The Houston Texans. All right.
Thanks for going. I love that you're going first on this.
Yep. The Houston Texans are 1-3. They shut out the Tennessee Titans. Here's the thing with the Texans is I think this team coming in thought they were Super Bowl contenders, and they aren't.
No.
So I am going to give them an F because they have been bad.
We both picked them for the playoffs.
And to win their division.
Yeah.
They always win their division, right?
We didn't see there's any competition in their division.
Right. It's an F. It's an F for how they started. They remind me, they're like the AFC Packers, where they're like, everyone wants them to be this team that can contend at that top tier, and I just don't see it. And with the Texans especially, it's real bad.
What is the biggest reason why they are not who we thought they were?
Offensive line. And like that was always kind of the
offensive line.
That was the scary thing coming in with them. It was like they had they had like a completely new offensive line, and they traded Laramie Tunsil, which was weird.
Yeah.
And they weren't good last year. It was not a good offensive line last year. And then their like additions this year were guys who were like backups on other offensive lines last year. So I mean, there was always the chance that maybe they come in and be better than the sum of their parts, but they're not. And CJ Stroud has not been very good.
Okay, thanks for saying it. I'm waiting.
And part of it is the offensive line, but you can't give him that full excuse because he's been bad.
I'm not giving him the pass because I also think like offensive line, sure, certainly, but to like an extent, the good quarterbacks also make the offensive lines look good. Like the Bills' offensive line is not that good. They got cooked by the Saints this weekend.
Well, folks, if you if you had 30 minutes for how long it would take for the Bills to come up completely unprompted, you win. You win the raffle today.
I can only talk about the teams I know. But the good quarterbacks make the offensive lines better. He has to work with what he has. They should not be 0-4.
They're underachieving. Like, and saying they're underachieving is being
even
nice.
that said, as harsh as I am, because I think it's on CJ. I mean, we're going to keep on blaming the offensive coordinator. Sure. But they have no play if they don't go to Nico Collins. Like, they don't have a play. And
but, it shouldn't be like that, honestly.
It should not be that way. Yeah.
They have Christian Kirk, who, like,
they're not
isn't
playing
great, but
a difficult schedule here.
No. They're amongst the most disappointing teams. They may be the most disappointing team in the NFL.
I would have still given them like a D minus.
I mean, they lost close games. They lost.
I know. I just feel bad failing people. So
I don't.
Yeah,
I think we should fail
we'll
more.
Go with you.
I think more teams should be failed. What did you land on there? Are you agreeing with me at F?
I was saying D minus and effort D minus or F.
All right. Yeah, I'm giving them an F. I'm leaving them an F. Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Let's see Denver Broncos. This is a weird one.
Ooh.
This is a weird one. I'm glad you're going first because I don't know what to make of the Broncos.
Okay. My expectations were they were going to regress this year. And I thought the quarterback overperformed last year beyond his capability. And I felt like a regression. And I still think it's going to end up being a regression. But I think I'm a little bit positively surprised because they've played really everybody tough. and they do have a tough record. So I'm gonna give them. They're sort of like. See, I wasn't looking at them as a Super Bowl contender. I was still looking at them as a team that's like changing their culture and still inputting stuff. So, like, seeing where we have the Bears, that feels about right for them because I think they're similar team. I mean, they both have a second-year quarterback. They're both still building a culture. I'm not a big Sean Payton fan, but he's done a good job. So I'm okay with a B minus, and I would give it for effort B plus effort.
I cannot believe you're still going with this effort thing. Yeah, I'm good with it. Would you go as far as to say a B? Let's a B
I'm
minus.
okay with that.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Actually,
whatever.
Yeah, I'm good with a B because I think it's a lot different if they win that Chargers game. It's a lot different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the Colts loss seemed bad at the time, but I guess the Colts are good.
And that was close too. That was
it was a 1-point game. And honestly, like it was kind of an iffy call. I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago now, but the kick at the game-winning kick, the Colts missed it, and then there was a launch leverage penalty or something on it, and then they got 15-yard penalty and then made the kick. So they kind of won that game. They lost those 2 games in a row without trailing in the fourth quarter. So I mean, it's very close to being a totally different season for them.
They're a tough team, I think, to beat.
Yeah. I think I feel good about a B. And Bo Nix, I've never really believed in him, but last night, I mean, granted, it was against the Bengals, but he really was ripping some throws, especially at the end of the half. Like they had a drive to get points at the end of the half, and that dude's got an arm. He might be good. He might actually be good. I don't know.
I'm not gonna say that.
I said might. I said might. Okay.
I like what they're doing though. That was pleasantly good. Yeah.
They have a lot of good talent on both sides of the ball. Oh man.
Defense.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
The Ravens of Baltimore.
I gotta go first for this.
No, you don't. I do.
You
which
do.
I am reveling
okay,
in. So the Ravens started out the season. They looked like a behemoth. They looked unstoppable, and then
for 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters.
They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory against the Bills. Came back the next week, won big over the Browns, which seemed like something they should have done because we all thought the Browns were really bad. And then the Browns came back the next week and beat the Packers. So it was like, oh, maybe that was a good win. And then what the Ravens do?
Lions.
They lost to the Lions. They got absolutely run over by the Lions. And then
they got physical.
This week they were just out everything with the Chiefs. The Chiefs just absolutely destroyed them. This is a team that was literally the Super Bowl favorite a couple weeks ago. Not like a Super Bowl favorite, not Super Bowl aspirations. This team was the Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah.
And they're 1-3, and they've looked bad. Now, they have lost to possibly the 3 best teams in the NFL. I mean, at least like 3 of the top 4 or 5, we would say.
Yeah.
And that has to be factored in. They also are getting injured everywhere. Lamar Jackson might have to miss a game or 2. They have a easier part of the schedule coming up. If we're just grading this first quarter of the season, I'm going another F because I can't imagine it being worse.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine it being worse. They are down so bad.
If they had won like on Sunday and went 2-2, we would be looking at it totally different, I think.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
what?
I thought you were going to say if they'd won the Bills game, a game they should have won, not the game that they were down 37-13 in the fourth quarter.
Okay,
there was no universe where they were winning this past week.
Here's my problem with them. I texted this to you. I think this might be the most frustrating team to watch.
Yeah.
Like this is a kid who's like actually like really good, really brilliant, and then he goes to like take a test, and this kid has severe anxiety. He needs to be put in another room. Like, what are they doing? And
no, they're infuriating.
It's like you could give them like calculus and they can solve the problem, and then you give them like a simple little equation You're like,
Yeah.
Johnny's going to the store. He needs to buy 12 bagels. Like, how many
How many
bagels should he
bagels
come
does he
home
need to
with?
buy?
He ate one on the way home. Like, how many does he have left? And they're like, I don't know,
And they
4
drop the
bagels.
paper.
And
Yeah.
like,
They
what
drop
are
their
they
pencil.
doing?
Yeah, no,
They bring a pen to like one of those number 2 pencil tests and get all the questions wrong. This is what they
Yeah.
do. My
I've just-
biggest problem with this weekend is, and I haven't felt, maybe I haven't watched enough Ravens. I haven't watched enough Ravens games actually rooting for the Ravens. So I was rooting for them, and I got a little taste of what their fandom is like, and I don't want anything to do with that. That was horrible. That was so disgustingly bad.
I find them to be the most unwatchable team.
They
For a team that like scores 40 points a game regularly, it's never like a good hang watching
what
the
are they
Ravens for me.
doing? Like, any play, anything can happen. Like, the worst possible thing can happen on any play, especially if they're
derogatory, because
playing
it's
a
not
good
fun.
team. Like, when they're playing like the Chiefs or something, or the, whoever, like the good teams, it's just like, what are they doing? And my problem this past weekend is, obviously they got outplayed. Lamar played his worst game that I've ever seen him play.
Well, that's kind of Spagnuolo.
That's bad. Spagnuolo. Okay, this is the point.
Really knows how to like scheme against this team.
They got so outcoached.
Yeah.
It was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen them get outcoached that badly before. And I haven't seen. It's been a few games since I've seen the Chiefs coaching staff outcoach the other team like that. And it didn't seem like some novel thing. Like, they're using a linebacker to spy Lamar. Oh, he hasn't seen that his whole career? Like, you didn't expect that to happen?
Well,
the Lions did it to them the week before. You didn't expect it to come up again?
And there's definitely this misconception about Lamar that, like, if you take away his running, he's useless, but he's one of the most efficient passers in the game also. So, like, he is like a difficult guy to scheme against. So it is like quite amazing that what Spagnuolo has been able to do, not just in this game, but pretty much every single time they've played the Ravens.
And why do they get away from giving it to Henry?
Yeah.
It's
very weird.
And like, if 40-something
look,
yards?
These two teams played in the season opener a year ago, and it was the game started the exact same way, where the Ravens just kind of went right down the field to start the game, and then couldn't do anything the rest of the night or the rest of the
Chiefs started out so well, got the lead, and it just perplexed the Ravens. It like took them out of their game plan.
The Ravens went up like 7-3 in this game.
Ravens went up 7-3, but then they wet the bed.
Well, right. Like, but it was the same thing where like the Ravens on the first drive. No, they went up 7-0.
First drive was
first
good.
drive of the game. They went right down the field. But this is exactly what they did. This is exactly what they do against the Chiefs. This is what they did last year in the opener. It's what they did the year before in the conference championship game. Like they are able to have that like scripted first drive, and it's beautiful and great. And then like one adjustment takes their offense completely out of the game.
Yeah. And then they get behind, and they are behind sort of early in this game, and they get out of their entire game plan, even though there's plenty of time left in the game.
Yep.
I'm like, you think that you have to like now throw it all over the place, like, because you're down 10 in the end of the first quarter or something? Like,
I'm gonna get this wrong, but like during the conference championship game 2 years ago against the Chiefs, it was the same story. They had the first drive, and then I think it was like single digit number of designed runs for that entire game. It was like 5 designed runs the entire
in that game. Mahomes did a great job of just putting pressure on them, and I think that was a game where Kelsey had that nice catch. Zay Flowers fumbled, but Kelsey had it was an early touchdown, nice catch on their great safety. What's his name? Kyle Hamilton. Yeah. Okay. So
that was a lot on the Ravens, but they deserved
it. On the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I'm giving them a D in achievement, F on the coaching staff. Only D in achievement because their schedule.
So now it's not effort, it's coaching staff. Is that the
because
now it's
F
changed.
On
the bit has changed.
The effort I'm putting on the coaching staff. Steelers.
This is
surprisingly.
I dropped it. That's fitting. We're going Steelers next. The first place 3-1 Pittsburgh Steelers, fresh off a win in Dublin. You go first on this one.
Okay, first of all, I had a little segment idea that maybe we can do at some point. And it's inspired by the Dublin game because apparently before the game, they went over some of the rules for
Oh,
football, like
that's cool.
blocking, kicking, everything.
That's kind of cool.
And then they did like simple stuff. Then they tried to explain the kickoff.
Oh yeah, I mean,
to like people watching football for
I
like
could
the third
use an
time.
explanation of the kickoff. But
So I thought that was cool.
that is cool.
I'm not I wasn't really rooting for this team. We're not big Rodgers fans, probably. Sometimes not.
I have something to say about Rodgers, but you go ahead, and I will say my
I
thing about
thought
Rodgers.
that Vikings defense with the what's his name? Who's their D
Brian
coordinator?
Flores.
Flores hates quarterbacks. And I thought he was going to do a number on Rodgers, and they did not. I am pleasantly surprised with them. I think I would put them in that B category with a A minus in effort because I think they're overachieving.
So
And I do like myself a Mike Tomlin team.
I had low expectations of the Steelers.
Yeah.
They've
Neither
come
of us
out
picked them to make the playoffs.
right. They their only loss was to the Seahawks, and it was a weird game where it kind of flipped on a to go back to your kickoff rules statement. A weird kickoff rule, honestly, like swung that game.
And the Seahawks are good.
And the Seahawks are very good. I'm willing, based off my expectations of them and how they performed,
Yeah.
I'm willing to go at least A
A?
minus. I think
Okay.
they've had one of the
I'm
best
good with
starts in the NFL.
Yeah, 3-1.
And as
They're
far as Aaron
leading the
Rodgers goes,
division.
yeah, right. As far as 2 games ahead of the Ravens, which is crazy, and that division is like the Bengals are. We'll get to the Bengals obviously, but they're like falling apart, and then the Browns are the Browns, and the Ravens are the not getting up to speed. So
hey, this team could be a wild card team too, because it's hard to find 7 teams in the AFC that are like good.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how the Steelers have made it the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, someone's got to. But my thing with Rodgers is like this season I've like not listened to him talk at all.
Nice.
So I've only really like engaged with him playing football, and like yes, I saw a highlight Sunday where he ripped a smelling salt and then threw that like 80-yard touchdown to DK Metcalf, and I was like, oh,
it
that
was
rules.
A slant, and DK.
Yeah, I know, but like I was like, that rules. That's awesome. So I've realized if I don't listen to Aaron Rodgers talk, he's awesome.
He can spin the ball. Great. It's a beautiful pass that he
So that's
I was
the key,
just gonna say DK, like nice play there. Yeah. In Ireland, and apparently Ireland big. I mean, I guess Steelers fans are all over the world, but big Steelers fans in Ireland.
Yeah, I think it was Patrick Queen after the game was like, this was like the best crowd I've ever played in front of, like even better than Pittsburgh, which is like kind of awesome. So yeah, good for Dublin. Good for Dublin.
Yeah, awesome. Right. I didn't mind a 9:30 game too. Honestly, that was great.
Yeah, I love that every year. All right, Los Angeles Rams. This is a weird one also. Where are they? 3-1, but everybody in the NFC West is 3-1. Niners, Seahawks, and the Cardinals are 2-2. Who's starting? Me starting?
Huh? I think you're on it.
I think the big thing for them is that Matthew Stafford has been able to stay healthy. Puka Nacua has been able to stay healthy, even though he goes to the locker room every single game. He hasn't missed a game and hasn't had to come out of a game yet, so that's great. And their one loss, they blew that game to the Eagles, but they looked good doing it.
The Eagles are good.
The Eagles, we'll get to the Eagles. I am going to put them. I think they're at least A minus. I would go as far as an A though. I mean, I think they have met maybe even exceeded expectations in the fact that they're like 38-year-old quarterback who has to get epidurals is out there every week and looks pretty good. So I'm willing to go A. What do you think?
They're sort of on par with my expectations. I wouldn't have been surprised if they had a slow start because of the Stafford injuries.
Yeah.
But they're on par with my expectations. I view them as one of the top 4 teams in the NFC, with the Eagles, the Rams, who am I missing? The Bucks and Green Bay. But now we don't know about Green Bay.
You didn't say the Lions.
Oh, Lions. Sorry. Lions. Eagles, Lions. Yeah, I would say they're in the 3 spot.
Yeah. And they had got off to
For
a slow
me.
start last year and then wound up winning that
Yeah.
division and looked pretty good in the playoffs. So
I
the
sort
fact they're
of
getting off
that's
to a
what
fast
I
start,
that's what I expect for them is a slow
Yeah.
start, and
I'm
then
gonna
going A?
advocate for an A here. I don't.
Okay.
You can talk me down, but
I would talk you down only in the way that they gave up the Eagles game. That
that
would
does
be
hurt.
that would be the only thing,
Okay.
obviously, because they
Would
had
that talk
it.
you down to an A minus?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
I was sort of thinking B plus, but I'm good with an A minus.
Okay. All right.
I think that's appropriate. See, this is why I have the effort grade there, because actually, empirically, the Rams are better than the Steelers. We both think that, but they're both getting the same grade because of expectations.
That's expectations, not
effort.
Not effort. I'm just putting the expectations like in with the grade.
Yeah.
So it's not
It's
confusing.
a separate category. I would get in like if I wanted like my mom to be disappointed with me, I would get like, let's say like you did.
Wait,
like let's say
if you wanted your mom to be disappointed.
I didn't, of course, but like I could imagine she would be disappointed if I got, let's say you get a B in a class but a C in effort. That's bad. You get a B in a class and an A in effort. You're trying. You're just not, a little dum-dum.
Yeah. You're mad about the grade in the class. You're disappointed in the effort in the class.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah, this kid is not trying. They don't.
Okay. Right. All right. We got the Atlanta Falcons.
Like, see, they stink, but they're trying.
The Atlanta Falcons? They
stink, but they're trying. They're 2-2. That's above my expectations, but they've looked horrible at times.
I think there are 2 Atlanta Falcons teams, and they like alternate which one's coming out. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Like, they almost beat the Buccaneers. They kind of like dominated the Vikings, and then they lost 30-0 to the Panthers, which was like the most confounding game of the season, especially now after what the Panthers did this week.
You were high on the Panthers after that game. You're like, look what they've done. If you skip these quarters.
Right. Yeah, no, I had a whole thing planned after the Panthers won this week. I was going to really just
if you just look at the last 8 games of last year and you skip the first 8 quarters of this year, then you look at these last 8 quarters.
It was 6. It was the first 6 quarters of this. All right. We're not going to get into that right now. But the Falcons, they beat the Commanders this past week. They're 2-2. I'm glad you're going first because I don't know what to make of this team.
I'm going. I thought I just went. Oh, you went first. Oh, yeah. The Falcons. They need to be graded weekly. They need a weekly grade.
It's like identical twins, and they just take turns showing up, and one of them is like garbage, and the other one is a Super Bowl contender.
It's like I had no expectations for them, and then some weeks they're better than I think, and some weeks they're just horrendous, and their effort is horrendous some weeks.
There's the Atlanta Falcons, and there's the Atlanta Pigeons, and you just don't know which one's going to show up.
I feel like I have to give them a C minus, even though my expectations were so low. I had no exptions, and they're 2-2, and that's probably better than I thought they'd be. But it's just like you're all over the place, and now I'm exhausted. So C minus.
I think that's fair. You got to give them some credit for the games that they've played well, but
they won 2. They won more than the Jets.
Man, that 30-0 game was so weird, and I feel like Penix might be one of those like hot and cold quarterbacks that we kind of see that all the time with. All right, what we got now? The New York Football Giants, another team that is having a roller coaster of a season so far.
Okay,
I'm starting.
Right?
Yeah,
can you recap?
They're 1-3. What's that?
They played Dallas.
Yeah, so they started their week 1. They played the Commanders, and they laid an egg, 21-6. Then they came out the next week. Russell Wilson looked like the best quarterback in the NFL, but they lost in overtime 40-37.
Oof.
In large part because Brandon Aubrey is a freak. And then they played the Chiefs, and that game was just unwatchable. They lost 22-9.
Tight, though.
They did play them tight. Yeah, it was a close game. And then they benched Russell Westbrook, and more so, it was just decided it was time to start. Did I say Russell Westbrook? That's
both
fine.
Throwing bricks up.
Russell Wilson. Yes, they They bench Russell Wilson. Jackson Dart comes in, and they win 21-18 against the undefeated Los Angeles Chargers, who are dealing with some offensive line injuries, but still very good win for the Giants. I think I had higher expectations than a lot of people for this team because I think they're really good up front on defense.
Yeah.
And it was really just a matter
Defensive
of
line is one of the best in the league.
Yeah, definitely. And it was really just a matter of them putting it together on offense, which it seems like Jackson Dart like gives them a little bit of a pop, and Cam Scatterbo is playing like really well at running back. And then Malik Neighbors tore his ACL Sunday, which is brutal. I mean that just sucks. With Neighbors, like this team could get hot. I mean, they have a tough schedule coming up. They go to New Orleans, which they should win, but then they get Eagles, Broncos, Eagles.
Should they beat New Orleans? I don't know. They should be.
You're letting. We'll get to it. All right. Then they go Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, 49ers.
Tough.
They have the toughest schedule in the league somehow. I don't know why the NFL did that to the Giants, but I'm willing to give them a solid C. I think they're like kind of right in the middle.
Yes.
What do you think?
We agree. I was going to say they're right there with the Jets, C, and I would give them a B for effort because I just feel like they had so much more juice this past weekend. It was great. It was good to see. They had way more energy.
The vibes are good. The vibes are good.
The crowd is not booing the starting quarterback. It's a good thing.
Dable and Dart are like hugging and putting their heads against one another, and like
I don't
people
know
are writing fan fiction about them.
Dart, but I appreciate the juice and the energy. I appreciate the energy. It was good. Yeah. And the Chargers the Chargers are good. Like it's a bad loss for the Chargers.
Yeah, let me pull their helmet and then we can talk about it.
I think we should pull them up, yeah.
No, we're doing this randomly. I'm just reaching in. This is like it's like raffle stuff. So now we got the Carolina Panthers. My beautiful Panthers. You go first because I don't think my heart can take it.
You don't want to go first on this one? These are your boys.
I don't think I can do it.
Oh man.
I don't even want to look at them.
Look, my expectations were not there. And your expectations were. And it's how it is. Sometimes
you take a chance. Sometimes you go out on a limb, and then the limb breaks. And,
pumpkin watch,
and then you fall,
and it turned into a pumpkin. It's fall time.
Yeah,
and I don't know what to grade them. I didn't think. I just want to see what they're.
They lost to the Jaguars 26-10. They lost to the Cardinals 27-22.
Who did they beat? They beat Atlanta.
They beat the Panthers. Or they beat Atlanta 30. They beat the Panthers. They beat themselves. They beat the They beat the Atlanta Pigeons 30-0. And then
they looked great in that game.
On the heels of that shutout, they were on a run of.
I'm going to put them with
opponents.
Atlanta.
They were outscoring opponents 49-0 over their previous 6 quarters. Yeah. Riding high, and then they
smart people would have probably given me some advanced metrics.
And then they give up 42 points to the New England Patriots. So you're saying C? Yeah, C minus.
Yeah,
feels about right.
Smart people would have given me some advanced analytics on EPA per play or something over the last.
Oh, I have that ready. Don't think I don't.
I know you do.
EPA per
sure. Well, like,
EPA per play.
How are they the last 8 games of last year? Mm-hmm, what a team!
Mm-hmm. All right. On the season, I will tell you they are 25th in EPA per play, which is not good from what I can tell. Yeah, and then defensively, they are actually a little better than last year, but they're 21st on EPA.
They were there was something about they were in 1 possession games, and I think that's where it would be different. Like if all their losses were like 1 possession losses right now, I would they'd be bumped up near the Bears or something. But they just getting smoked. And the offense, and Young is not looking great for the most part, except for against Atlanta.
Inconsistent for sure. All right, that's enough.
Is that where you don't want to talk about them more?
I talked about them. Is
that where you would have them C minus? You're good.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. Okay. I was in between like D plus C minus, but I think my expectations were higher.
Your expectations were higher,
and the fact they have a win right now.
Making the playoffs.
I did have them making the playoffs. I don't anymore. Green Bay,
Ooh.
Packers. All right. It's a weird team.
2-1-1.
So now you got me on this EPA per play kick, but they're third on offense EPA per play.
It's a horrible stat.
It's okay.
I think it's a trash stat.
That's a bad take.
I'll tell you why. Oh, anyways, yeah, go.
Why? Why is it a bad stat?
Well, I was going to tell you, but I know you don't want to talk about the Bills more. But under Ken Dorsey, the Bills' EPA per play was like incredible. Their advanced analytics were fantastic. But if you watch that team play, everything looked difficult. And I don't think the Packers look like that right now, but I think you go with the Packers.
I'm going to read you the top 5 teams in EPA per play for 2024, and I want you to tell me what they have in common. The Baltimore Ravens, the Buffalo Bills, the Detroit Lions, the Washington Commanders, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do those 5 teams have in common?
They have quarterbacks
they made the playoffs
on any given
is what
day.
I was looking for. Sorry, you get an A for effort, but an F for your actual answer. And then
they made the playoffs last year.
And then let's go to the other side. Defensive last year. Defensive EPA per play. Tell me what these 5 teams have in common. Denver Broncos, Philadelphia Eagles, Minnesota Vikings, Houston Texans, and Green Bay Packers. I'll even go further. Los Angeles Chargers, Detroit Lions, Baltimore Ravens. What do those 8 teams have in common? The top 8 last year.
Yeah.
Playoff teams. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it is maybe the best, like, all-encompassing stat we have to determine whether a team is, like, good or playing well or not.
I dislike. I dislike very much.
Okay. All right. So the who are we even talking about? The Packers. The Packers. Yeah. So they're third in EPA per play on offense, 18th on defense. So their defense by EPA per play metrics, and this is probably heavily influenced by the game they just played with the Cowboys. They are worse than last year, despite the blockbuster trade that they made earlier in the season. That's all. That's all I'm going to point out.
I think their defense, didn't look great against the Cowboys.
The Cowboys,
yeah.
it was
Cowboys
very odd because it's not even like, and the Cowboys offense is performing like very, very well. Even not even just because their defense is playing so poorly and they're like having a lot of plays on offense or anything. It's they're actually like very efficient, but like it looked, I don't know, it looked so weird at times, like that the Cowboys were just like pulling these plays out.
Can I tell you what
none
it
of it was
like?
making sense. Yeah,
it was the first time in a very long time that I feel like I saw a Cowboys team out coach the other team. They felt like they had a real plan for dealing with Micah. They definitely did, and then just understanding how to attack the Green Bay Packers defense. And I think that's what it was. And I don't put it on LaFleur because I think LaFleur is still a great coach.
Well, he kind of blew it at the end of that game, but
but they offensively looked pretty good too.
Yeah,
the Packers looked good offensively. Defensively, they didn't have an answer for the Cowboys. And Dak does not get enough credit. We're going to talk about the Cowboys later.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Cowboys, but I don't know, man. The Packers with 3 minutes left in the game had the ball at like the Cowboys 30-yard line, and then they just like went into a shell, and like it was almost like they wanted to tie, and they almost blew it completely. But that last incompletion landed with 1 second left on the clock. Otherwise, they don't tie, they lose.
That was like a perfect. That could have been a perfect sort of metaphor for Jordan Love. That was not a good decision. The decision making on it was not good. He just lucked out that there was a second left.
Totally.
That was like poor decision making. There's times where they've looked like the best team in the league in these first 4 games, and times where they're on their own 20-yard line and they throw an interception to the Browns, and the Browns get it at the 5-yard line going in.
Yeah. And now, the thing they have going for them is they have their bye week this week, and I think that is the perfect time for them to have their bye week. So I think they could use...
But we both think they're a good team and a playoff team and one of the top 4 teams in the NFC.
Probably.
5 teams? Yeah.
Probably top 4.
I think so, yeah.
But I'm still going to give them... I'm still in like the C range for them. I don't know about where you have them for how they perform this year.
They're...
That loss to the Browns was bad.
The loss to the Browns was bad. I would give them I would give them
Oh, I thought you said
a
F.
B- in achievement and a C- in effort because of the Browns game. Horrendous. So that looks like a good spot.
Can we go C+?
C+? Fantastic. Love it.
All right. Look how many teams we got left. We got a. Oh
We're
no, I
doing
dropped
good.
the. Hold on, I dropped the bag. I fumbled the
Drop the
bag.
bag. You fumbled the bag.
Fumbled the bag. All right. The Jacksonville Jaguars. There's so many weird teams in the NFL right now.
Am I going? I have to go on the Jaguars?
Yeah, that's all you.
Why
Your
do I
best,
have to go
your
on the
favorite
Jaguars?
quarterback. Go talk about him. Talk
Oh
about
my
him. Do it.
goodness. If a team could win, if there could be a team that's a poster child for winning without necessarily needing their quarterback, it is this team and Travis Etienne, who actually love him. Fantastic player. It's incredible. I love their weapons. Great weapons. Peterson is a cagey coach.
He's not there anymore.
Oh, he's not there. Who's the coach?
It's Liam Cohen.
I don't know who that
He was
is.
the he was the
Liam
offensive
Cohen?
coordinator for the Buccaneers last year.
Liam Cohen sounds like a producer, like one of the Cohen brothers.
Oh yeah. It's,
It's the third. He's not the third.
Joel,
Cohen brother?
Ethan, and Liam Cohen.
And
Yeah.
Liam Cohen. I love his films.
Yeah.
Where is he from?
He was the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers last year. Fun fact about Liam Cohen:
Ooh.
he played football at University of Massachusetts, and he was Victor Cruz's college roommate.
That's crazy. Did he play
Yeah.
quarterback?
I think so. I think he played quarterback.
Oh,
and then he's
Victor
like
Cruz
the
is a great
reason
player.
that Will Levis got drafted because he was at Kentucky.
So
And
he
he's
did
like
a great
credited
job with
with like
Baker last year.
yeah. No, he's a good. He
Wow.
the thing he did better last year with the Buccaneers was with the running game.
Yeah.
Like he took them from being like one of the worst rushing offenses in the league and turned Bucky Irving and Rashad White into like a really, really like formidable rushing attack.
Yeah.
And he's doing the same thing this year with the Jaguars. I mean,
And Etienne is very good anyways.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he seems healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they've outdone my expectations. We all know that my expectations for them are sort of trash. So yeah, I have to be fair. I think they're like a B+, I guess. I don't know that they're a good
It's so
team yet.
weird because like, yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of have to. I would say B because of
3-1.
I would say
Right.
B. So they beat the Panthers. They lost to the Bengals in that game that Burrow got hurt in. And that was the game
Oh.
where they had like just horrible vibes where like they were kind of like there seemed to be like some division on the offense and like
There's always
Trevor
going to
Lawrence
be,
was
if
like-
your quarterback is not good, always division.
and then
There's
like
always division.
and then they beat the Texans the next week, which was a good win, but also looked very ugly and they very easily could have lost that game. And then they beat the 49ers this week with Brock Purdy back. So it was just like it's just been such a weird year. But they're 3-1 and you can't like take that away from them. They play Monday night against the Chiefs this
They
week.
played
Is that-
this Monday night against the Chiefs.
Yes.
Pumpkin
Um,
lunch.
So we'll see how that goes. But right now, first quarter, yeah, I'm good with a B. Are you good with a B?
Yeah, they've surpassed my expectations. I can't hate on them, and you know, I know I like Trevor, but like people still call him a generational talent, and I just don't like that idea of it.
I mean, maybe I don't know that. I think they do it kind of like jokingly now. I think that's
and
like
he got
become
paid.
like a joke.
He got
Yeah,
paid
no, he did,
too,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
I'm pro of everybody getting paid, but
Right.
you know,
We don't need to make this about Trevor Lawrence. Let's move on to
yeah, let's go on.
the Detroit.
We're both
Lions.
pleasantly surprised by the Jaguars. Lions are the best team, top two teams in the NFC. Eagles, Lions, I think. Them going
yeah.
to Baltimore at the time
Mhm.
was very impressive, and I'm still impressed by it because you don't
Mhm.
just push around Baltimore like that.
No, yeah,
And
in Baltimore.
in Baltimore on a
Yeah.
night game, you don't get to play.
It's like
Lamar's tough when you don't play him normally. He's tough.
it's like the exact kind of game we kind of expect Jared Goff to like fold in, and he didn't. And I think that's
He
important.
made
to
some great
make a note
plays.
of. And then they
fourth
dropped
down
34
throw.
points. They dropped 34
Yeah.
points against the Browns defense, which all the Packers fans were like, "Man, that defense is so good. No wonder we lost to them." But
their loss was in the first game of the season against the
Yeah.
Packers. Packers were hot. These guys were dealing with the loss of Ben Johnson. We looked at them that first week, and you're like, "Oh, did they really lose a lot?" And turns out they're fine. They're
fine.
totally fine. They're the same team as last year. Like maybe better.
You thinking?
I'm A plus. This is an elite team.
I'm good with.
They
I'm
lost
good with
the
A.
game. I'm fantastic.
I'm good with A. All right.
Yeah, and they're legitimate. They're both achievement and effort is great. Like their effort is A plus effort. Even.
Oh yeah, it always. I mean, yeah. Dan Campbell gets the best
every
out of
week. They show up. Like look at all these crappy teams we got up there. You don't know what the heck to expect from them week to week. There's only one team on our board right now that I know what to expect from them every week. A plus effort. Cowboys.
That's a really good point. Kind of know what to expect from this team. I don't know where we are with who's going first. I think I'm going first. No, you are.
Wait, can I plug in? Didn't I just do Lions?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait, can I plug in? Sorry.
Yeah, plug in.
I should really be plugged in.
Yeah. Yeah, who could have predicted that your computer would use battery power while recording? Who could have possibly predicted that?
Did you disparage Josh Allen in that?
No, I disparaged you.
Oh, why?
I was saying, who could have predicted
why doesn't
that?
He plug in?
I was saying, who could have predicted that your computer would use battery power while you're recording? All right, we got the Dallas Cowboys here.
Okay. You want me to go?
Tantalizingly close to an 0-2-2 record.
Would have been fantastic. Honestly, would have given them an A.
That Bears game is really just like the one game where it's like, oh God, what is this team? But you started to touch on it. I have no patience anymore for like not liking Dak Prescott. That dude is awesome, and he's so good. And like, it's just if you don't like him at this point, like, I don't know.
If you don't like him, your expectation, it's on you. Your expectations are off. Like, if you don't like him, it's because you think that he should be, Josh Lamar, something like that. But if you accept that he's maybe in another little row, like maybe he's Goff. And Goff is very good.
Sure.
Maybe he's not as good as Goff. I don't know. The biggest thing about Dak is that he is an adult in an organization that needs an adult. Okay.
Yeah. And his like ability at the line of scrimmage before the play is like maybe the best in the league right now.
Yes, but his ability in the Wednesday press conferences after Jerry has gone on a diatribe and so has all the other players, and like Micah was on his podcast. Like, this dude is just like a calming, settling adult.
He's great.
In an organization that needs an adult.
He's the 2023 NFL MVP.
What?
Dak Prescott. I don't know what to grade this team, though. I feel
that never happened.
Very weird. Yeah, you don't remember Dak Prescott winning the 2020? You don't remember the 2023 MVP going to the correct player? Okay. Who's to say? Agree or disagree? I don't know though.
I just feel 2-1. Okay, little tick up in this past week because I do feel like the coaching staff, they did a great job in this game.
Yeah, and like some players on defense started to step up and like
first time since Dan Quinn was there, I think, that I've felt like, because I remember when Quinn was there, I felt like the defense, like he had them coached up. Like I felt like, oh, they're on par, like they're coaching.
That being said,
well.
they gave up 37 points. In
regulation. This week I didn't feel like the defense played well, but the offense I felt like.
Yeah, I had the thought during the game. I was like, wait, is Brian Schottenheimer a good coach?
Okay,
like it was very, which was a very disconcerting thought.
And I will say, like, to parallel this has sort of been like there's a little trend of like, ooh, resurgence. Like, oh, Sam Darnold, he was bad, and now he's good. And like we look at all these old, like Gino, he was bad, and then he was good, and then now he's not playing great this year. But like we had this little trend of resurgence of quarterbacks, and then people like took that forward to Carson Wentz. Turns out, nope. And I felt like you were trying to take it forward to coaches, and I don't know. I'm not there with you on Schottenheimer, but they did great this weekend though. Offensively.
They did. Yeah.
They looked so coordinated. Like the offense looked so coordinated.
No, that's Yeah,
Isn't that something?
it hasn't always.
Yeah.
All right, what do you?
That's like most teams.
Are you in the C range with them? Like,
honestly, I didn't have them making the playoffs. Like, I didn't
right?
think they were going to be a very good team. So honestly, I think it's fitting to tie them with the Packers.
Okay, I think that's right. I think you're right. Yeah, they are tied with the Packers. No, that's wow,
Right?
beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. We got the San Francisco 49ers.
Ooh. You're going. Am I going? You're going.
You're going. What do you say about the 49ers?
I'm still
The loss to the
still feel
Jaguars is
bad.
weird.
That is a
I
weird still feel
loss.
bad about me ripping Shanahan.
Yeah, you just definitely bring it back up.
This is
weird.
one.
Can I tell you something weird? The 49ers have had 2 games this year in 26-21.
Wow.
Like the scores of their games are like some sicko scores. The 17-13, whatever, that's pretty normal. And then 26-21 over the Saints, 16-15 over the Cardinals. That may have been a scoregami, but maybe not. And then they lost 26-21 to the Jaguars.
They just lost on Sunday, the Jaguars.
Yeah. It's weird, right? That's a weird loss. But at the same time, they beat the Cardinals. They beat the Cardinals with like everybody injured with their backup quarterback. So it's I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what
to make of.
I don't know what's going with this team. All I know is that everyone keeps getting injured,
and they're still finding a way. They're still sort of getting
for the most part.
Yeah.
But like, do you feel great about
difficult? Everything looks hard for them.
Everything looks so hard.
But it's sort of expected. Like, I wasn't thinking that they were going to be a juggernaut.
Oh,
like they have looked.
I had them like second or third as like the second or third
division,
best team in the NFC in the conference.
Are they okay? Let's just talk their division. Are they the third best team in the division? Are they the second best?
Yeah,
team?
well, they're definitely at least the third. They're better than the Cardinals.
You think they're the third? You think they're better than Seattle?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so they're the third.
I think they're better in Seattle. No, I'm saying they're at least third. They're not fourth.
No, they're not fourth. But
yeah,
they're not. They may not be the second. And I guess is what I'm saying is like. And I think we're so used to seeing them be good, but I wasn't expecting. This was sort of what I was expecting, and they're sort of doing it.
What do you think? Like just a straight C?
C? Yeah, straight C. And
but
I wouldn't be surprised if the team starts picking up because they've sort of done this with so many injuries. Yeah.
But this is perfect. Seattle. Seahawks.
Oh my God. So you go.
Oh, I love what the Seahawks are doing.
Yeah.
I think they're great. I think they're really good.
Yeah.
I would put them up here with the Rams. I think they're right in that A- range.
They made a controversial move, got rid of Geno.
Yep.
Got Darnold, and I at the time I didn't think it was a bad move. I just thought it was more of a parallel move. But maybe they've gotten better at quarterback a little bit. Certainly, he's played better this year.
Right. No, I'm
all
all in on the Seahawks.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. That's your guy. You love him.
Yeah.
He's looking good.
It's weird. It's weird to put them above the 49ers because they lost to them week 1, but like
they're good.
But no,
because expectations and effort too.
Yeah. I'm totally in on the Seahawks. You good with A-? We can make it a quick
fantastic. One. And I would give them an A for effort.
Okay. Cool. All right, the New England Patriots.
No, man.
Of Foxborough.
Okay. Well, I guess this is like the growing pains of having a young quarterback because there's times where they look pretty good, and then there are times where it's like you had 5 turnovers against the Steelers.
Yeah.
What do we do?
They gave that game away.
Yeah.
But then they blew out the Panthers. And lost to the Raiders. Yeah, it's a weird team. And I think you're right.
We both had them making the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's the young quarterback and first year with the new head coach.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do.
And we would expect them to get better as the season progresses.
I think they'll get better. They get it looks like
they're going to be up and down. With a young quarterback, you're going to be up and down. I mean, geez, even
it looks like they
got Bills on Sunday night.
Is there an NFL team in Buffalo, New York? It looks like who they play this week.
Sunday night. Yeah.
Sunday night.
Is it in Buffalo or in Foxborough?
It looks like it is in Orchard Park, New York.
Oh, Sunday night in Buffalo.
Buffalo. I'll have to look into that team. I don't
It's
know
gonna be a tough one.
much about
It's
them.
gonna be a
All
tough
right,
one. They're gonna
Patriots.
get. They might get
C,
smoked.
another
but
C. I don't. It feels
I,
like they haven't like
yeah,
blown me away, and they haven't like
that's
disappointed
fair.
me.
That's fair because I think we both had higher expectations for them
Yeah.
than. Yeah, that's good. I'm good with it.
All right. All right. How many? We got some. Let's
We're
do
going.
some rapid fire on some of these. The Miami
Okay.
Dolphins. What a
Oh.
I feel like every single team. It's like this has been a weird 4 weeks.
The Dolphins, they're just like the vibes were bad, and then they won yesterday.
I think they've
And they
gotten better
look
the last 2
better.
weeks.
Yeah, they look
Yeah.
better. Like Tua with the little pass, and like you expect that kind of stuff from
that was sick.
McDaniels.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they need to be quirky and fun. Like that's their thing.
Yeah.
And they usually are better in September. I wasn't sure whether to pick them as the third or fourth team in the division, and I ended up thinking they were going to be the third team, and they are the third team in the division. So they're sort of on par. I didn't like the vibes early. I'm okay with it now. Tua's healthy.
Man, he was scrambling on a
not.
play. Yeah, Tyreek's done. But Tua scrambled
multiple ligaments apparently.
Well, yeah.
Broken
So,
leg, multiple.
but the Tua thing, he scrambled on a play last night and then took like a helmet to helmet hit and like his head almost slammed. But it was like when it happened, I was like, oh God, here we go again. But it ended up being more of like a glancing blow, and his head like didn't quite hit the ground. But
you know what's interesting? Like when I was watching the Bills and Dolphins, like I was happy when Tua scored a touchdown. Like I was rooting for them a little. Like I wasn't threatened. You know what I mean? But I just like him. Like I just think he's a good dude.
Yeah.
You
all right.
Want to give him? Where do you want to put him?
I'm thinking like C- because it was bad.
That's good. It was
and
bad.
It's like,
it was bad.
It
the
is.
Vibes
It
were
is
really
improving.
Bad.
Yeah,
it's improving. Yeah,
it had a bad midterm score, but they kind of pulled it back together. My bag bounced away from me. Hold on. I dropped the bag again. All right.
Oh, Bills.
The Bills. I don't recognize that
was that team.
Buffalo. Nice who are they?
You love those jerseys. Top 5 jerseys.
Not quite.
No. Where did you have them? 7?
I think 6.
Where are they on the Derek system?
They might have been 4th. I don't remember.
See, that's what I'm saying. Disparaging your own system. You had them up there.
I don't remember. All right.
What do you think?
Bills. I think it's got to be an A.
You do?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they won that Ravens game when they really shouldn't have. They haven't really had much trouble with their other games. Like they beat the Jets by 20. The Bills-Dolphins game wasn't really that close. I mean, they were only up by 2 against the Saints this past week.
Saints game.
I mean, that was like a classic trap game, and they got through it and they won by 12. They didn't cover the spread though, which was 14.5. I think if we're giving any teams A's, the Bills have to get one because they've won all their games. They've stayed healthy. I can't think of a way the first 4 weeks could have gone better for them.
I will tell you why I don't think they should get an A. And it's not an A+ that I'm going to go to. But like you ever go to school with a kid who's like his parents the teacher? Like the expectations a little higher.
Are you the teacher here?
So you're the teacher. This is my child. There's no way. How are they just getting they're getting a 93 on their last math test, and I'm the math teacher. Embarrassing. They can't do that.
All right, so where are you putting them?
I'm docking them a little bit because the run defense has been horrendous. For 3.5 quarters, Baltimore ran all over them. Ratliff in this last game looked like Lamar. Like, I don't know. He looked fantastic. They ran the ball they ran it for like 200 yards on the Bills this past weekend. And then last week, throughout the week, everybody was talking to Josh about like how they're not throwing the ball downfield. And I thought that was the dumbest thing because the offense looked fantastic, I thought, even against the Dolphins. Like, I wasn't worried about them losing that game. But in this game, they were trying chunk plays because I think they just expected to blow them out. And I didn't like that as a sign of maturity for Josh and the team. Like
they played with their
first
food interception.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
good. And I
Yeah.
didn't. I just the defense is not it. That defense is not it. They're not winning a Super Bowl with this defense
Where
as
do you
it
think
is
they
right
rank
now.
on EPA per play?
Oh, stop it.
Where do you think?
Horrible stat. They're
Where do you
probably
think?
great because Josh will always be great EPA
No,
per
no, no.
play.
I'm talking defense. Defensively, where
Oh,
do you think they rank on
come
EPA per play?
on. They're probably great. You know why? Because they kept the Rattler to like 120 yards passing, and then they shut down the Jets, who have no quarterback. So
Oh
they're
yeah.
probably great EPA per play passing,
Were
but they're also getting
EPA
running on. They're probably
were
one.
EPA per play a bad stat? You would be correct that they would be doing great, but they're actually 20th, which is bottom half of the
Oh,
league in EPA per
okay.
play.
Now I like
Despite
the stat
some of their
better.
statistics looking good. Yeah, see? Just for kicks, where do you think they rank offensively?
Offensively, EPA per play,
Yeah.
probably pretty good. Top 5.
Number 1.
Number 1. Yeah. Josh
number 1.
Josh team is always gonna. Okay, can I just say another thing about them? James Cook is amazing.
Oh, he's awesome. He's incredible.
Is fantastic. He's one of the top 5 running backs in the league. And this team is going to go as far as Josh and Cook take them on offense. They don't have anything else on offense.
Okay, here's a question. Do you think we're at the point where James Cook is Dalvin Cook's brother, or Dalvin Cook is James Cook's brother?
I think we're getting there.
I think we're getting there. I think we might be there.
Dalvin had a great one season. Cook is having that right now.
He's second in the league. He had
rushing,
15 touchdowns last year. Well, yeah, and he's getting the yards
16.
this year. Last year he didn't so much.
He had
have
16
yards.
last year.
Yeah. So, all right,
and
but you didn't tell me what your grade
this
was.
Year. And the runs just look fantastic. And when they need it, they needed to get out of a funk, and they gave him the ball. He was so I was going A-, and honestly fine. B+ in effort, because I expect more.
Yeah.
But they obviously they have the only undefeated record in the AFC.
Yep.
And they're right there with the Lions as 2 of the best teams in the league, even with
easily.
the deficiencies on defense, just because they got the quarterback to overcome it.
All right, we got another undefeated team, the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Great.
I have some things to say about the Philadelphia Eagles.
What do you got?
I was sitting here thinking about the Eagles. They are really like getting away with it every week, and
who does that remind you of?
Every single week, they are more and more like the 2024 Kansas City Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champs, barely eking out one-score games. All 4 of their wins, one-score games. They've beaten good teams. I mean, they beat the Cowboys by 4 points. They beat the Chiefs by 3 points. They beat the Rams by 7, but it was really, they beat them by 1 point. Like, if you take away that meaningless touchdown at the end, but 7, so 1-score game. And then they beat the Bucs this past week by 6, giving up a pretty big comeback. And the Bucs had a chance in that game. Baker threw a pretty bad interception that kind of took him out of it. But this is weird. How many passing yards? You may know this. How many passing yards do you think the Eagles had in the second half of that game?
This past weekend?
Yeah.
Against Tampa?
Yeah.
Well, they had the lead, so probably not. Maybe like 100.
You think they had 100 in the second half?
I don't know.
That would be, and that would be not a lot.
Yeah, I figured they have the lead, right?
Yeah. No, I'm trying to confirm this. It was 0. It was 0. They had. Yeah. They didn't complete a pass in the second half of that game. Yeah, Hurts was 0 for 8 in the second half. They had in the entire second half of that game. The entire second half of that game, they had -1 yard. That's it.
Okay.
But they won, which they're 4-0, which is great. Yeah, I mean that's great. They're 4-0. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs from last year. Now maybe they'll turn it around.
Vibes a little better.
Yeah, vibes are better. The vibes are fine.
Can I just say one more thing about?
Yeah,
sorry,
of course. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like to just a counterpoint to you here.
Yeah,
they've had a tough schedule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Dallas opening night, Kansas City, LA, and the Bucs. LA Bucs, Kansas City. It's tough. 4-0.
I mean, all that being said,
Kansas City winning. They're winning 1-possession games for sure.
All that being said, I'm still putting them probably either A or A-. Like you got to give them credit for what they've done. It's just, No, go ahead.
I think you gotta.
I think A is fine. I'm fine with that.
Like also the gutsy comeback against the.
Yeah, no, it's just it's just so funny to me.
Yeah,
And I was imagining,
it is.
I was
Yeah.
imagining this scenario where they do this all season, and then they get to the Super Bowl
And
like
get
by the
smoked.
skin of their teeth, and then they just get absolutely stomped by the
No.
Chiefs. Like how?
No, this team is
Oh, that
so
would be
good.
so beautiful. That would be so.
Can I also say, because I just touched on it a little bit, is that this is the year of the blocks, of the special teams blocks.
So many special teams blocks. Yeah, I don't know. There might be
There's
something going
like
on
there's
there.
11
Yeah, it's crazy.
blocks, and there was 18 all of last year.
It's nuts. There's got to be something
There's
going on
something,
with
yeah.
the coordinating. Maybe we
I
can
don't know.
maybe we can investigate that.
Well, we got yeah.
But right now we got to talk about the Los Angeles Chargers
Oh my goodness.
of San Diego.
Oh my God. Am I going? You're going?
You go.
Well, okay, look, they start out with the year with a gutsy win against the Chiefs, and Herbert has looked the part, and Harbaugh, we love Harbaugh, and he's gotten Herbert to play great. They're still first in their division, though they lost this weekend, and Kansas City won, so they got caught up to a little bit.
Also the Giants, who hadn't won a game.
They lost to the Giants, so if they hadn't lost to the Giants, I would be AA all up there.
Yeah.
But they lost to the Giants, and honestly, that was quite disappointing. So I want to give them, I would still give them an A- because they're still
A-.
Yeah,
I was kind of thinking B+.
Oh, that's great. We don't have a B+ spot. That's perfect.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking B+. I mean, and you're right. It would have been an A, just a solid A.
Yeah.
Had they not had the game they just did against the Giants, against
Awful.
Jackson Dart in his first start. Not great.
No.
But and they ended up with some offensive line injuries that they're gonna have to deal with now. But yeah, I think B+. I think they still feel really good about that first.
Yeah,
month
and I would say Herbert is pretty consistent. Like in the playoffs, sometimes he stinks so far, but he doesn't. He's not giving you big ups and downs. Like I still feel like in the Giants, he was like pretty. He wasn't giving you Jordan Love type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like he was still pretty consistent. So they just lost.
All right, we got to roll through these.
Yeah, let's go.
We got to roll through these. All right, we got the Bucks.
Oh, love them. Bake show.
Love them. So many injuries on offense, but are still like putting together a pretty decent season.
Yeah, 3-1. They're
a lot like the Chargers, honestly. I mean,
like the
I
Chargers.
would say A- or B+.
Yeah.
B+. B+. I think. I think if you're thinking about the vibes of that team, the injuries are piling up in a way that might inhibit them from doing anything. But they've been pretty good.
The rookie's good. The rookie's very
He's
good.
So good.
He's very good. And Bake Show is very good. So those two elements would make me want to give them a little A-, but I'm good with this.
Let's do it. Let's bump them up. Let's bump them up. Yeah, they deserve it. All right, the Chiefs.
Or in my system, I would still give them an A for effort.
Okay, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs were looking like trash.
They're looking like trash, and now they're like what was the last thing? The last note we left on last week was what's the narrative going to be going into week 5? And it was if the Chiefs win, they're back, and if they lose, they're done.
Could they miss the playoffs?
They won in spectacular fashion.
They've
never been more back.
I guess, but what's going to end up happening is they're going to look like sort of mid against a bunch of other teams.
Maybe.
But
I don't know, man.
You can't count them
out. They look real good.
Of course. They look fantastic.
Look real good.
That was the best we've seen them look in a very long time.
It was beautiful.
In the regular season, that's the best they've looked in a very long time.
Yeah. It was great.
Like they hadn't scored 30 in the regular season game in a quite a while.
I was thinking like B-. I think the win against the Ravens was big for them, but I would be fine with them in the C or the B, I think.
I would be fine with them higher. I don't know.
You'd be fine with them higher?
Not
even
A.
with those.
No, I would be fine with them in the B+. I would be fine with the B.
They really should have beaten the Eagles. I can't get over that.
Their vibes were bad in that game.
Maybe
I did not like the vibes.
Maybe B+.
I think let's do solid B. Were you going to give them B-?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then let's do either B- or B. I think for the aesthetic of the board, B- works, but for what we think, maybe B.
I appreciate you thinking about the aesthetic of the board. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals. This is easy.
Horrendous.
Easy.
Awful
the
team.
Easiest F I've ever given how
they are 2-2.
they're 2-2, but
They're
are they going
second
to
in
win
their
another football
division.
game? Are they going to win another football game?
I don't think so.
They're going to come out. Who do they play this week? They're going to
I'm
win this
so
week.
upset that I picked this team to make the playoffs.
Who they play? They play the Lions this week.
Oh, they're getting smoked.
This is their upcoming schedule: Lions, Packers, Steelers. They're going to be 2-5. Like
they could win one of those games. I could see the Steelers.
They're not going to.
Up.
I feel very good about them being 2-5. I feel very good about giving them an F. They looked so bad last night, and and maybe they'll trade for a quarterback. I don't know. Can you trade for like?
What do you do? What do you do
Kirk
with the
Cousins,
coach?
Jameis Winston? Like
I didn't hate Taylor, but do they feel like? I think you fire a coach when it feels like he's lost the players. Has he lost the players?
Oh, I don't know.
Taylor.
It kind of feels like that team has so much talent that they've underachieved.
I just feel like their issue is they keep on listening to the quarterback about the personnel decisions. So they have 2 great wide receivers and a defensive end and nothing else.
Do you have sources on that? Do you have sources that Joe Burrow is impacting the general manager decisions?
It seems like he's like, let's keep both wide receivers.
Are you just trying to take shots at Joe Burrow? Are you cool with the F? Are you good with the F?
Yeah. I feel bad because if Burrow was there and they were this, I would be definitely cool with the F. But he's not there, so it's like.
Well, and we're grading like how it's gone. Like,
yeah, they're probably as good as the Titans, but we're giving them an F because of our.
I wanted to give the Titans an F. All right, Vikings.
Yeah. Oh man, love the coach, love the GM.
Yeah,
defensive coordinator's good at defense. Hates quarterbacks. 2-2. I think if they had played better in Dublin, I was really good with giving them like a B+ type of thing. And then they just didn't. And in their other win against Chicago, they didn't look good most of the game.
They've played like,
They've
played like 5 good quarters this season.
Is this like most teams are just like, are we just realizing that most teams are just thoroughly inconsistent in the NFL?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the theme of the first 4 weeks is that like nothing makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I laugh at sometimes? Because people talk about like, oh, quarterbacks are like, roller coasters. But like, that is the league. Like even Mahomes looks good and looks like trash. Like he looks great and then he looks like trash against the Giants. Even in a play, horrible throw. What a defensive play. You know what I mean? It's like,
why are you bringing that back up?
He
looked great in the second half of that game. I want to point out, but
yeah, the last 6 quarters looked great.
C-.
I think they're a little better. Yeah.
C.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
C. C.
I guess. Yeah. I guess they have to be there. Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
They have to. New Orleans Saints.
A for effort. Effort. They've been in all 1-possession games.
Yeah.
And no, just not.
Did you say a lot of or all?
Who did they get blown out by?
They got blown out by the Seahawks.
Seahawks are good.
In Seattle. Yeah.
Seahawks are good. But they've been in 1 possession. Like I was impressed with them because young, new coach, young quarterback. It's hard to keep on fighting, and vibes were high, and they looked good against I just loved their effort, and they dominated the Bills' offensive line got worked this past weekend, and their defensive line is good.
You can't say it's going well because they're 0-4, but it's going better. They've been in games.
Like they have a 65 average. But they're studying their butt off. Like I see this kid as a tutor. He's like coming in after school every day. He's really trying.
D+, C-. That's kind of where I am.
I'm a good with a C-.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They're not worse than the Falcons and
the NFC South really representing in the C- department. The Cleveland Browns. That's a team in the NFL that beat the Packers somehow.
They beat the Packers.
Other than that, it's kind of been a nightmare. Their defense looks like it might be okay, although they gave up 34 points to the Lions, who might be one of the better teams in the league.
Fantastic.
They got 41 points to the Ravens. Which is, I don't know, man. The
But
Browns
what's your
are
expectation of the Browns? They're the Browns.
none. Well, less than
This
none.
kid, this poor kid.
This poor kid. This poor kid.
This is a school.
It's a kid who hired who paid a lot of money to hire
They're not. This is not a wealthy school.
an offender.
This is
an
not
offender
they
to come
don't
play
go to a
quarterback.
Their neighborhood is tough. They don't go to a good school. They don't have resources. Like,
So what are you saying?
Doesn't this team practice still
But that-
outdoors?
you know what?
Do
They
they have
don't-
an indoor facility yet?
They don't factor that stuff in when they do.
This is the
grades.
team. Like they play football games on gravel. This is them. They don't have should we judge them on a college scale? Okay, I will say they have
Give them a
one
grade.
rich person in their neighborhood. It's Miles Garrett. They paid him.
Where are you putting this team?
Okay, they're 1-3. I think they're not with the Saints for me. They're below the Saints. D+. Just to have a D+.
I don't really have it in me to talk about the Browns for more time than we just did. All right, the Commanders, who have been without Jaden Daniels. I don't know. It kind of feels like it's been a disappointing first 4 weeks for them.
Yeah, it's like in 8th grade, I think I did like half of the year without glasses, and I needed glasses. I couldn't see shit. I couldn't see. I was sitting in the middle of the back of the room. The teacher's throwing up math equations. Like, luckily, I'm good at math, but I really couldn't see the board.
Jaden Daniels is glasses.
I think that's the Commanders. They're 2-2, but they haven't had glasses the whole year.
Yeah, they're kind of difficult to judge, right?
Yeah. Do you like the coach? Quinn.
Yeah.
We like the
I
coach.
like him a lot.
Do we like the vibes?
C?
Yeah, C is fine. I mean, your expectations are higher for them. I have them winning the division.
I'm sorry, they were in the NFC Championship game.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
8
Actually,
months
I had
ago.
them taking a step, a little half step
I did
back.
too. I did too. But they were in the NFC Championship game 8 months ago.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe losing to the Falcons wasn't on the
the
plan. But a lot of it has to do with the injury, so I'm kind of like,
how can Quinn go and beat Atlanta after being in Atlanta for so long?
Yeah, you're right.
Think about that.
You're right. Yeah.
He probably went home, visited friends. He had people coming to the game. You go out in Atlanta. Maybe that's why they're up and down so much. It's like Atlanta's just a fun town.
Yeah.
Look, Atlanta and New Orleans, fun towns, and Miami, fun town. That's why these teams are up and down. Okay. Cardinals. You go. This is you.
Oh, it's what? Is my team? Is that what
I think it's your turn. Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah, and your team.
I do love Kyler.
When does Call of Duty come out?
It seems like it might already be out. Okay, so they beat the Saints. The Saints were driving with the chance to tie the game at the end. They beat the Panthers, who made a kind of crazy comeback at the end and had a chance to come back and win that game. They lost by 1 to the Niners, and then they lost by 3 to the Seahawks. It's another team where I just don't know you could tell me they're about to win their next 5. You could tell me they're about to lose their next 5. And
no,
I
know what to expect from them. They're good in September. They're a tough team to beat in September, and it's not going to last.
So how would you rate?
But first quarter, we're just doing first quarter.
Yeah,
pretty good. Not bad.
2-2. Last place. What place are they in?
Last. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the other teams are 3-1.
Yeah.
2-2.
Do you think they make it to B? No.
Surely
I'm okay. No.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably C plus. I'm okay with C plus because I just know when we do it for the second half of the year, they're gonna drop.
I'm gonna keep them at C.
So let them catch. They came into the season in shape, and then winter comes around, and they're gonna drop. Yeah, that's what I expect.
We got one team left.
Ooh.
It is the Indianapolis Colts, led by Indiana Jones.
What a name.
I think everyone kind of thought they were going to be humbled a little bit by the Rams, and they weren't.
They were not.
They were in that game.
Yeah.
I think the Colts might be for real.
I don't know if they are for real, but they've so far exceeded my expectation. It's the kid that, like, he kept studying over the summer, and now he's good at math. Stunk last year.
That's right.
And took summer school, and he just did math all summer. He's good at math. I'm A plus. A plus.
I think maybe.
Yeah,
I think maybe
because of expectations.
They're the surprise team of
so
the league,
low.
and like
Oh,
are
yeah.
actually really good. So
They could be
I'm
4-0.
fine. I'm fine with giving them that A plus.
You see where the effort comes in? Because we don't actually think they're better than the Lions.
You're not going to win me over on that.
Because we don't think they're better than the Lions, but A plus in effort. Oh my goodness!
It's a report, but like it's not about if you're better than the other team for this.
But empirically, the Bills are 4-0. I got them at A minus.
I had them at A, so
I dropped them down because of effort. I'm popping these guys up because of effort.
Get the wrong E word. All right. Well, better luck in the second.
Quarterback's good.
Yeah.
Surprises.
Better luck in the second quarter to these teams, the Texans.
I think the Ravens,
they're going to need some tutoring.
The Ravens going to bring it back. They're the smart kid, but they got popular and have been partying too much, mixed up in the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
They got to start coming home early, doing their homework.
That's right. Yeah, hit the books, Ravens.
Hit the books.
Devesh, where can people find you on the internet?
That's a good question.
Here.
I got a sports. I think here. I think right now they can find me here. We do have a sports channel, but I never post. So I gotta.
Yeah, I haven't been posting much either. But if you haven't already
on Instagram.
Well, sorry, I talked over you. Say it again.
Love of sports on Instagram and YouTube, but I gotta post more. But honestly, you want to see more of me? Tell Derek.
I don't think I could put more of you out there.
No, we can't put more. But this was our effort. We tried our best to do a 1 hour podcast.
Yeah, we did, and I just I looked at the clock, and it was at 1 hour, and then I looked over to see how many teams we had left, and it was 3/4 of the league, and I was like, this is bad.
It was probably a bad
I'm so tired.
Where I was talking about effort and grading and raffles at 30-minute mark.
I think I'm going to let this sit as the intro and outro, though, so that'll save me from that. If you haven't already, you should subscribe to the show or follow it on. I think it's follow on Spotify, actually, so you should do that.
Cool.
And you won't miss any of these episodes or very important takes on Lululemon. Or on cherry trees. What was the other? We really touched on a lot of stuff.
God.
And we're thought leaders in so many things.
Education. I feel like the education system got a real breakdown. You also heard about my preschool experiences,
which we will be investigating.
All
right, Devesh.
Coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll see you next week, I guess.
See you next week.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for watching.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Beautiful.
Great.
Perfect. That was the best podcast ever made.
It did take us 2 hours, but
That's okay. Yeah, but we nailed it.